So hello friends, our today's question is question number 231, which is power of 2. So what this question is saying, let's see. Given an integer n, we need to return true if it is a power of 2, otherwise return false. So an integer n is a power of 2 if there exists an integer x such that n is equal to 2 to the power of x. So we need to calculate here if a given number is a power of 2 or not. So let's see. If n is equals to 1, 2 to the power 0 is 1, so it is true. Now n is equals to 16, so we know that 2 to the power of 4 is 16. Now n is equals to 3, so there is not an integer for 2 to the power of x which is equal to 3, so it is not a power of 2. So how we will approach this question? So let's understand this question first, what this question is trying to say. So we know that a condition that n is greater than 0 always is not less than 0 or less than 1. So we will put one condition, if n less than 1. First condition will be if n less than 1, so we will return false, so that our further execution is not held. So to prevent further execution, we will put first condition, which will be if n less than 1, so we will return false. After doing this, what we will do, we need to check that if a number is a power of 2 or not. So to calculate power of 2, what will I do? I will run a while loop, because we don't know how much iterations we need to check here. So we will run a while loop. Inside while loop, what we will write? I will write if n is divided by 2 or not, n is divisible by 2 or not. If n is divisible by 0 or n is divisible by 2, so what will I do? I will divide that particular number by 2. What why did I write here is, so let's say our n is 4. So for 4, this condition does not matches, so it will come to while loop. So it is divisible by 2, so it will do 4 divided by 2, which will be 2. So n is 2 here. Again while loop will run, this condition is also matches for 2, so it will run 2 divided by 2, which will be 1. So this condition for 1 does not matches, so it will execute till 1. And the last line will be when n becomes 1. When n becomes 1, we will check that if n is returning to 1 or not. So at the last line will be return n equal to 1. So why did I write this? Because the last output is coming to us is 1. So when n becomes 1, our answer will be true, otherwise it will be false. So for any particular n, if the this dividing and this dividing is happening, at last n is becoming 1, so our answer will be true, otherwise it will be false. So let's say for n equals to 6, we need to find. So 6 divided by 2 is equals to 0, so it will run, and 6 divided by 2 will be 3, so n will be 3 here. Now for 3 which is not divisible by 2, so it will not further execute, and our answer will be, at last it will come in this condition, which is n equal to 1 or not. So 3 equal to is not equal, so our answer will be false here, our output will be false here. Now let's see for n equals to 8. Now n divided by 2 is this condition matches, so n divided by 2, which will be 4. Now 4 condition also matches, so 4 is also divisible by 2, so it will be divided by 2, and will be 2 here. So 2 is also divided by 2, so 2 divided by 2 will be 1 here, so 1 is not divisible by 2. Now 1 divided by 2 will not happen, and it will return at the last condition, which was n equals to 1, and we have now n 1 here, so our output will be true here. So this was the concept of this question. Now let's do the code. So our first basic condition is if n less than 1, we will return false, so further execution is prevented. Now we need to find the power. So while n is divisible by 2, what we will do, we will divide the particular number by 2 until the answer is 1, and when the answer will be 1, we will return n equal to 1 to check that if the n is 1 or not. Why this solution came in my mind? Because we need to, after dividing the number, the final number uh, remains is 1 only, because we know that after dividing any, if any number is power of 2, so at last after dividing by it by 2 continuously, it will be 1, not 0 or any number. So after dividing it to 2, at last after some time it will be 1 only. So this solution came in my mind. Now let's run this question. As you can see here, all the test cases are passed perfectly. Now let's submit and check the results. Okay, it is accepted and all the test cases are passed. Our runtime is 0 millisecond and beats are 100%. Memory used here is 7.9 MB and beats are 11.5%. So this was the solution of this question. Thank you.